Hello, Binny Binny Bin. Everyone, we're live again. Morning, everybody. It is Tuesday today, and it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, it's all cloudy today. It's supposed to rain all day today. It's only 11 degrees today in Australia. In Canberra, it's disgusting today. Yeah, I have no support worker coming today, and well, it's not. It might be coming. It might be coming late today because he has to let a benevolist into a storage unit. And also realized I haven't made another, part of the survival guide up in, I've been doing this still only part 1. I completely forgot to make another part of the survival guide. Yes, and last time, he wanted to join my Bedrock server, but it wasn't working when I started it up. So I thought, something was probably wrong with my, I wasn't sure what was going on. So I even tried restarting the server, but it still couldn't join because it came up with this error. It's something to do with the client or something. Like it would come up with this error, and I tried everything. I restarted the server. I don't know what was going on. Then I decided to come to my office for whatever reason to see if there's something to do with my computer, obviously. And then I realized there was this pop-up on my computer that I needed to allow the server exe file to the firewall. And I was meant to click allow, and then as soon as I did that, he was able to join. That's the reason why he couldn't join, because I was meant to click allow, because it wasn't allowed. It was not allowed through the firewall. So my computer still has the same IP address. Oh yeah, that's why I came in here, because I thought maybe my computer's IP address had changed. But no, it still has the same IP address, and it turns out I just had to allow the server through the firewall. And that's why I couldn't join, because if the server's not allowed to the firewall, you can't join. It was getting close, it's time to leave, because we leave at 3:30, so yeah, and then he couldn't, tried a couple of times. Yeah, I didn't. All I had to do was allow it to the firewall. That's why it wasn't working. And then it said dedicated server, and then it was working. All I had to do was allow it through the firewall. How silly of me. Because he's also connected to Wi-Fi, because I did once give him the password to our network. So anyway, yeah, I didn't even know. All I had to do was allow it through the firewall. That was silly of me. And all I had to do was, because I didn't see it because my computer's in here. So how was I supposed to see that? Because I can go to my IP address and then put in the port 255.660. And I get to this remote login for MC Server Soft, because there I can remotely manage my Minecraft servers, but it's a private IP address. So, and see, I got to remote login, yeah, because I'll need my my credentials to log into the server console. I can't get to the TP-Link router. That's odd. Oh, it's probably because I'm on a Wi-Fi extender. Not a Wi-Fi extender, my internet splitter. That's probably why. Because I'm over an Ethernet splitter. It's not just connected directly to the router. I forgot about that. I can't even access the router's IP address. That's not right. I go to my command prompt and I type in ipconfig. Yeah, it's still our gateway. Well, that's strange. Why can't I access the routers? What the heck? Well, that's a little strange. Let's try a different browser. Yeah, I can access it on the, there's the Edge browser. I can access it on the Edge browser. I think my Chrome browser seems to be blocking it. I don't know why, but yeah, I can access it here. No, I've got the right password, so here we go. Now let's go, because this is now TP-Link router is an access point because it's connected to another a modem, which is what makes our internet fast. So yeah, and there's an IP address because that's our public IP address. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to leak my public IP address on live stream because you can find where I am otherwise. I'm not going to do that. So if I go and, because if I copy that, and when you put in your public IP address, it also leads over to the router as well, to our TP-Link router. When we go to the TP-Link router, if you connect to our network and you put in that public IP address, it also goes to, because it's the router's public, it gets that from the provider, which is IONET. And well, once they didn't even give a damn that we didn't have any internet because the guy put down on hold and never came back to the call. Continue the site. Oh, I can access it that way. By putting the public IP address, I can access the TP-Link router, but not with the private IP address. What's that about? So if I do that and if I put in the polygon pages and if I put in colon 5560. No, okay, it doesn't work that way. Because my server, my Minecraft servers are private because I don't want them, the Minecraft servers to be public because the last time I did that, my server got grief because I had online mode turned off and someone logged in and then they left the sign easy grief, E and Z, and then the word grief. And yeah, because well, what I should have had, because now on my servers I turn on online, no, I don't just turn on online mode, I turn on whitelisting as well, so not anyone else can join. You have to be whitelisted. So. But even if you wanted a public server, in order to do that, you have to port forward in order to do that. Just then the thing is that even if I do that via our Tivlink router, that's not the main router. That's the thing. Now connected to it's connected. Now it has another router connected to it called the ASUS router. And you can also go to asusrouter.com. Can't be reached. What is going on? Because I know why you can't. For some reason on Chrome, because it was 1.1 IP address works on Microsoft Edge, so for some reason it can't be reached on Chrome. Something's blocking it on Chrome. I think yeah, I can reach it. There's Asus right here on Chrome as well. Click here to continue. Yes, connection isn't private. Of course, I've got a private network. Yeah, and it's our Asus router is RTAX86U, but then it comes up with username and password because you have to obviously sign in. But I don't know the username and password for that router. Only my dad does. I don't know what it is. So I can't sign into the router because I don't know what the password is, what the credentials are. Obviously, I'll never be told that clearly. So. Yeah, it's a part. Yeah, I've got such a part because I didn't realize it was such a public network, which apparently is recommended, but I'm not on a public network. I ain't down now Wi-Fi has a password, and it's just called home, obviously. But yeah, I'm not on a public network, obviously. And well, I can't access the IP address on Chrome, but something seems to be blocking it, obviously. Oh wait. Hallelujah. And then he gone. The ngrok. Yeah, because because I don't you can't I don't usually port forward. So I used to use something called I think it was called ngrok, I think. Although I don't remember, but I used to use something like that. But I can't remember that. I think it was something like that. Ngrok Minecraft. So yeah. Using ngrok with Minecraft. Yeah, here it is. Because the full Minecraft port is obviously 25565. Yeah, because the thing is, because to get the server polygon appears, you have to port forward. Yeah, and you would have, you have to forward that port. The Minecraft port, your Minecraft server port. Sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah. Yeah, that's the thing. And because we've got multiple routers connected to each other, so I don't know how you would port forward in that scenario. Oh yeah, I'm looked at the Cohen as Microsoft account here because he's the one that plays Minecraft on my computer. So I usually use the Fabric version because I use a control because to use a controller with Java you need a mod. You can't just use because the Java doesn't have built-in controller functionality, so you have to get a mod. I use controller file, that's why I use Fabric. I prefer Fabric over the Forge mod loaders. Don't know why, but that's version 1.21.10. Yeah, it's supposed to be 1.21.11. That's not releasing till holiday season this year. And apparently the next version, the next update in Minecraft is supposed to add spears to the game. So we've already got lots of stuff in the game, you know. Oops. Here we are. So proceed on that. Yep, allow that. Open JDK platform binary. Booty my bottom. Why is it still in full screen? I need to turn that off. That's better. So if I do, I'm facing now public IP address. Nope. I also don't have a server running, obviously, but even if I went to, you know, oh, now it's working. There's a secure connection. Now I can access this. Okay, my password. It turns a nini Margus, so tonight, Margus, oh, Xander's poo and Margus oopsies. Says hallelujah. Now it's now. Oh yeah, now this one's working too. Yeah, so I can access it here too. All of a sudden, it's working. So where would I go? I think advanced network. No, static routing. No, I don't think it's that. Where would I find? It's NAT forwarding. Port triggering. That's got to be what it is, right? No, virtual servers. I remember because it's actually called something different in TP-Link routers. It's called virtual servers. I remember. VOE. The service type. I need to type in Minecraft and then or TCP and UDP. And the external port, obviously 25565, which is the Minecraft server port. The internal port, I think, is the same. And then for the IP address, I need. So then I need an internal IP, which I need to type in my computer's IP address. But the thing is, it's because it's connected to the ASUS router. It's got a different, second to last number. Yeah, that's the thing. See, look, it's not. It has to be the same subnet as the LAN IP address. Yeah, that's a bit annoying. I don't know what to do in that case. I see. There's only one device connected. I'm not sure what this. Well, that's the router. Oh no, that's the router again. Wireless. There's one wired client, unknown. Well, the ASUS router is one of them connected to it, so maybe that's the ASUS router. Because obviously that would get an IP address as well. Although now I don't know. So the IP address has to be the same as the subnet. That's the thing. It has to be the same as the subnet. That's the only problem. Because it has to be the same. See, now it has to be the same as the LAN subnet. Yeah, but because I've got a different last name of the IP address, because I'm connected to a different, there's another router connected to that router, and I don't know how I'm supposed to, because you would have to log into that other one, I'm sure, port forward there, but I can't do that because I don't know the credentials. But if you forget the credentials as well, there's some reset buttons and stuff. Yeah, but I can't do that because then Dad's gonna get pissed off that I reset the router because then he has to, text whoever to set it up again. So I'd rather not do that. Because the last thing I want to do is, piss Dad off in the process doing that. Yeah, I'd rather not do that. That doesn't sound like a good idea. Because the cable that connects my computer to the router out there is actually in the living room. There's next to the DSL port, there's another port there which goes to my room here. And it's connected to the other router, which is a gaming router. And that prefers all the devices to be connected there because it has has a proper security. It can block malware sites. Because what I can do is I can go to my private IP address and then put in the port 25560 And what if the credentials says I need to type them in every time? Why is it? It always says I'm unauthorized every. Why does it keep doing that? Why does it keep saying I'm unauthorized? I don't know why it keeps saying, because I've got the right password set, but then it says I'm unauthorized for some reason. It thinks it's obviously, once they know, obviously I have all the permissions. Yeah, there was also an admin account which has all the. No, then there's admin, yeah, and the admin also has all permissions. There's 2 users configured. Okay, I'm not going to close that. Now if I go to this thing, then I can, select my credentials here, and oh yeah, I'm in. Look at that. In the MCSS remote panel here, I can manage all my servers. So if I do, let's see, because I recently, the Java server was created on October 10th this year, and then the buddy server was created on October 26th. That was a more recently created server. If we go view dashboard, let's see, because I have tried to start these servers up, but it hasn't been working so far. Well, I mean the Bedrock ones, because when you first start a market server for the first time, you have to, when you start the server up, you have to, it comes up with this pop-up because you have to allow it through the firewall. And you have to, because you have to allow, otherwise no one can join the server if you don't allow it through the computer's firewall. No one can join the server. So when I click on buddy server and I go to, because I can actually start it from this, and I'll stop the server as well. And I can access the console remotely here as well, which allows treats and stuff, but only the owner of the server can access console. See, this is the memory it's using, 474 megabytes, 480. Oh, this is a paper server. Oh, no, we don't want that. The buddy server is a paper server. I just realized. There's a vanilla server at the very bottom. Oh, that was created last year though. Let's try the Java server, because another one's a paper server. Let's try starting the Java server. The Java one from VC, but see, look, it says you want to allow public and private networks to access this app. Yeah. Because you have to allow it to the firewall, otherwise no one can join the server, because by default it's not allowed to the firewall. And because I was set my computer, none of that is allowed to the firewall anymore. Yeah, uptime, yeah, it's offline, so this one is this is a normal Java server. Okay, perfect. So yep, 25565, that's perfect. Yeah, look at that, it's online, it works. It's online. Okay, so if I now go to if I try to do that, yeah, the public IP address, it won't work. Because I put in the wide doors, because the thing is I can't put in my user IP address into the TP-Link router because it's got a different subnet and it's got a different number. It's not the same, so it has to be. It wants IP address that's the same as the subnet. So otherwise, I can join the server is by typing in localhost. Yeah, see, that will join the server. And the putting IP address doesn't work, unfortunately. Because I need to forward it, but the thing is I need to forward it in the other router as well. And I can't get into that because I don't know the credentials, so I can't log into that other router because I have no clue what the credentials are. Hmm. They need to use something called ngrok. Microsoft Store installer. Wait, ngrok's on a Microsoft Store now? Because it has a Microsoft Store installer. If I go to a Microsoft Store and search ngrok, there it is, ngrok app. It's free, and let's click on Get. There we go. Funny, ngrok is now on the Microsoft Store. We need an auth token. I do have an ngrok account. I haven't actually logged into it for a while, for ages. Oh no. I don't even have the credentials saved anymore because my password file was deleted. That's annoying. I had to do forgot password. And I think it was my Yahoo email. Although I don't remember because I had multiple ngrok accounts, I think. So when I go to my Yahoo, oh yeah, look, ngrok. I got an email from ngrok because I don't have the password saved anymore, so I can't log in without it because I don't have it saved anymore. It worked. Verify email. Oh, what? Why does it want me to verify my email? What? I guess it's because I haven't logged in for a while. Okay. Well, I don't need to go to ngrok. Hopefully I'll remember how this worked. Yeah, I'm just hoping that I remember how exactly this worked. So how did you actually do that? So download ngrok. There it is. Open it up. Well, if I only remember how, because I haven't used this in a while. So I can save the configuration file. Okay. How starts that set up an introduction, secure tools. Oh, TCP addresses. Oh yeah, I remember. TCP. This is documentation. Access to reserved. What does that mean? Upgrade. Choose a. Oh, you have to pay for that. Oh, yeah. I don't want to do that. Oh yeah, then you have to do ngrok TCP 25565. Yeah, because that's the micro server port for Java. Web interface 127. What? No, that's that 127. That's the localhost IP address. Yeah. I type that in. Oh, I know. Terminal. Oops. Infected TCP. Oh yeah, ngrok. Okay. Online. And then yeah, forwarding. As you can see, this is what we're looking for. Original. So yeah, this is what we need to put in. Yeah. So if we put this part in, this will actually connect us to our server. So let me just put that in. 0.tcp.au ngrok IO colon 15244. Look at that, it actually joins the server. It worked. You press Control C to quit. Oh. That's essentially how that works. So you use ngok to publicly host your server as well. That way you don't have to port forward. Because if you use ngok to host the server, that way you don't have to port forward. If you use ngok, you don't have to port forward that way. It's also not wise to give other people your public IP address, because that's how people get that's how your location can be determined. If you give someone your public IP address, they could get your location.